You finally decided to buy a Mac Mini, and now it's sold out everywhere. The cheap version's gone, and the ones you can still find cost more than they did a few months ago. So if you need a computer this week, waiting isn't really a plan. If that's you, don't panic. There are really only 4 alternatives we'd seriously consider. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which one is yours, and which ones you can ignore. Here's the part that actually matters. Memory prices exploded this year. That's the real reason everything got more expensive. And on a Mac, you're locked into whatever Apple sold you. The memory is soldered in for good. On these machines, you're not. You buy what you need and you upgrade later. You're not just buying a computer, you're buying control. Now, there are other great mini PCs out there, but a lot of them you can't actually get right now or they're a hassle to buy. Everything here is something you can order today off Amazon with the research to back it. So we weigh the same 3 things on every pick: what real owners say, how it fits everyday life, and what you get for the price.
If you're the kind of person who just wants to spend the least possible and get a working desktop again, the answer is the GMKtec M6 Ultra, around $500. Under the hood, you're getting a 6-core Ryzen 5, 32 gigs of RAM, and a 512 gig drive, with room to add more memory and a second SSD down the line. Why this instead of a Mac Mini? It does the everyday Mac Mini job: browsing, office, media, a little gaming, for about half the price. And the memory and storage are both yours to swap, so you can keep extending it. The compromise is that it's the budget pick. Across more than 900 reviews, here's what kept showing up. About 1 in 8 ran into an early hardware issue, usually the drive or the power. But here's the part worth remembering. The reviewers who actually tested it found the design itself solid, and the piece most likely to fail, the drive, is the single easiest thing to swap. On the cheapest machine here, the weak point is also the fix. When shouldn't you buy it? If you want something bulletproof out of the box, or you're doing heavy work, keep going. Once we put all that together, it lands at a fetch score of 80. Strong on value, lighter on owner confidence. If that's you, this is your door.
This next one is where things got interesting. On paper, it's rated 4.5 stars, but we'll come back to that because it's not the whole story. If you're the kind of person who just wants one machine that does everything well and never has to think about it again, that's where the GEEKOM A8 Max comes in, about $1,000. Step inside and you've got an 8-core Ryzen 9, 32 gigs of RAM, and a full terabyte of storage, plus 2 drive slots and dual high-speed networking if you ever want to grow it. Why this one? Compared to the M6, it buys you a real step up. Quicker, quieter, a proper metal build, and enough power for actual creative work, not just the basics. It ships with 32 gigs of memory already inside, which in this market is money straight in your pocket. It keeps the ownership promise: 2 drive slots, room to double the RAM. And here's that asterisk from earlier. When we dug into those reviews, a chunk of them are actually for other GEEKOM models, mixed into the same listing. Strip those out, and the real picture is even better than the 4.5 stars suggests. This is one of the rare times a rating was selling a product short. The compromise? It's not cheap, and it runs warm when you push it hard. Stable, but you'll hear the fan. When shouldn't you buy it? If money's tight, the budget door makes more sense. And if you need serious workstation power, there's a better fit coming. Weigh the real reviews against the price and the build, and it ends up with a fetch score of 84, the strongest all-rounder here. If that's you, this is your door.
Quick one, if we're saving you a few hours of research, consider subscribing. It's the whole reason we do this.
This is the one door we'd least defend on a spec sheet, and oddly, that's the whole point of it. If you're the kind of person who values a name you trust and support that'll still be around in 5 years over raw specs, that's exactly where the ASUS NUC makes sense. And it comes in 2 flavors. Inside, it's an Intel Core Ultra 7 with 32 gigs of RAM and a terabyte drive. And the things that matter here, Thunderbolt 4 and business-grade security, are built right in. ASUS makes it's got enterprise-grade security, and the upgrades are completely tool-free. Unlike the GEEKOM, the ownership pitch here isn't about what you can swap, it's about support. This is the machine an office buys and trusts for years. One owner is still running theirs perfectly a full year in. And we'll be straight about the compromise. You're paying for the name, not the numbers. For this price, the chip is a generation behind the others, and it's genuinely weak at AI work. Here's the way to think about it. Everything else here you can measure. This one, you're buying the thing you can't benchmark: trust.
That's not a value pick, and it was never trying to be. If you want the newest version of that same safe bet, there's the 15 Pro. Same 32 gigs and terabyte drive, but a newer Core Ultra 7 chip, faster memory, Wi-Fi 7, and a tougher build. The early reviews are glowing, but there's only a handful so far, so it's promising rather than proven, and it costs a few hundred more. On the fetch score, the 14 Pro lands at 78, and the newer 15 just edges it at 79. So, the 14 to save money on something proven, the 15 if you want the latest and don't mind being an early adopter. If that's you, this is your door. And if you're the kind of person replacing a whole tower, not a basic Mac Mini, but a real workstation, this is where the GEEKOM A9 Max earns its place. Here you're getting the newest Ryzen AI 9 chip, 32 gigs of RAM and a terabyte drive, with Wi-Fi 7 and a dedicated AI engine on board. Unlike the ASUS, this one prioritizes raw power over long-term handholding. It's the most capable box here and the most future-proof. Newest generation chip, strong graphics, a dedicated AI engine, Wi-Fi 7. Owners describe it as doing everything a full desktop does without the desktop. If you edit video, render, or want real gaming headroom, this is your machine, and you own all of it, full upgrade room inside. Here's where it gets interesting, because it's the mirror image of the ASUS. The compromise isn't the hardware at all, it's the safety net. The best built machine on this list comes with the weakest support behind it. If something goes wrong, getting warranty help can be a fight. Buyers who went through Amazon had a harder time than the ones who went straight to the company. So buy it from the right place and go in knowing the machine is excellent, but the net underneath it is thinner. When shouldn't you buy it? If you don't actually need this much power, you're overpaying. One of the earlier doors is your answer. Put the hardware and the asterisks side by side, and all of that is reflected in a fetch score of 85. The most machine here for the people who actually use it. If that's you, this is your door. One honest note before the recap. If you genuinely need Mac OS, if your work lives inside Apple's world, none of these replace a Mac Mini, and waiting for one to come back is the right call. This video's for everyone else, the people who just need a good computer this week without overpaying for it. So here's your map. Price first, the GMKtec M6 Ultra. The all-rounder most people should buy, the GEEKOM A8 Max. A trusted name for the long haul, the ASUS NUC, the 14 Pro or the newer 15. And real power, the GEEKOM A9 Max. 4 people, 4 right answers. Hopefully you found your door. The links to every one are below. The Mac Mini's still a great machine. It's just not the only good answer anymore, especially when you can't get one. We fetch the research, you make the decision. Thanks for watching.